Hey everyone, Eric here at the Saltwater Edge. We've got a bit of a fun event today we're calling Mystery Fly. We have two fly tyers here today, two of our favorites, both Coby Goodrich who works here and Devin Donahue, who is a Saltwater Edge alumni and does a lot of the tying videos you've seen. And we are taking a random selection of fly tying materials. We're giving them a date and a target species, and they have to open the box and start tying a fly for that date and target species without getting a chance to look at the materials beforehand. It's kind of an exercise in use of materials and ingenuity and knowing your target species and knowing your materials. We thought it would be a pretty fun exercise to do. And if you guys like it, let us know in the comments below and we'll make some more of them. I think they're pretty fun. Let's get into it.
Let's see what we got. Thank you, Eric. So the prompt, here we go, is fishing striped bass May 14th. So that is what I'm thinking about. We got some peacock, some naiad, some ripple ice, some schlappen, some dubbing, bucktail, gotta have it. Let's see, a brush, some bunny strips, some rubber legs, and obviously the hooks. Over there. All right. So I'm right off the bat, I'm thinking because May 14th, I'm going to be going, I know I'll probably be in an estuary, and I'm going to go smaller minnow. Let's open up these hooks. Got a nice beefy hook. Small minnow, big fish. I think a lot of times in May, the fish I am finding don't really want to eat. They're just kind of hanging out. So I want something smaller that they don't have to think about too much, that they're just kind of going to slurp up on a reaction as it goes by them. Yeah, we'll get right into the fly. So we've popped the hook in the vise. We're ready to go. If you're looking at this hook and you're thinking to yourself, that looks like a nice hook, it is a Umpqua X Series Tarpon 415H in a size 1/0. I'm kind of torn right now between going for a small herring pattern with the blue bucktail and the naiad and these pink feathers and a small sort of squid-minnow worm type mix. I think I'm going to go squid-minnow. So yeah, see what happens. Got some white thread. I'm gonna work it back to the shank. Just pull out some white bucktail. That's how I start most flies. Some white bucktail. Cut some of that.
Yeah,
I don't want the fly to be too long, so I'm gonna cut that bucktail's butts kind of short. If this fly comes out hideous, I apologize.
right.
But we're having fun. So we sort of got a bucktail platform coming off the back there. Might be a little long, but we're going to roll with it.
Cool.
There we go. Then I'm going to hollow tie some bucktail back there. Go reverse tie some bucktail. Want it to be shorter than what I just tied on. So we'll cut it there. Gonna let it spread around the hook shanks. I'm gonna loosely pinch it, work it around. Coming with my thread. Get it pretty tight there. No tube, so we're going finger method. Starting to push it back. Try to get it fan out kind of easily, or evenly. Not easily. This fly is going to be interesting. All right, just wrangling all these hairs back. Got most of them. I'm going to trap them back there. Oh, we got a pen. We got a pen. But we may not even need it. We're too mediocre. All right, there we go.
Boss.
Trying to fluff it out a little bit.
Huh.
Try to get the shape we want here. All right, that'll be all right for now. Now I'm going to take one of the schlappen feathers, get a little color going in here. Cut the thick part of the stem away. Tie that in. And I'm going to palmer it up a little bit.
Like,
I'm pulling the fibers back as I do that. Right about there. Just a little bit of color in there. There we go. Now I'm going to take, do we want a little bit of flash in there? Let's see how one of these brushes looks. Why not? Don't want too much flash, because again, we're kind of going for a squid, worm, little bait fish kind of mix, so put a little bit of flash in there. Can't tell if that's just one brush, just a thick wire. Sort of going to do this like we just did the feather. Just making stuff up. That'll give us a little bit of flash.
right.
Advance my thread forward a little bit.
Right. Stop it.
And now I'm going to do one more hollow for hollow-ish of bucktail, I think.
Cut.
This bucktail is pretty straight, so it's not gonna like this, but we're gonna make it. Might use the pen this time. Get that hair going back. Oh, tie that down. Trying to get all these little hairs out of the way, clean it up a little bit.
Let's do
I'm going to take some laser dub.
Jamali.
Gonna pull the fibers apart, stack them on top of each other, just try to organize them so I have a nice clean tie-in point. Right about there. Just going to tie half on the top, right in the middle there like that. Half on the bottom. Like that. Trying to get a few more of those little hairs I missed out of there. And that should do it. Simple fly, but I have a little movement in that that schlap in there. It'll sleek down a little bit. It's got some white, pink, little squiddy, maybe a little minnow, or a fat old worm. We are going to throw this in May and link a picture of it in a fish's mouth.
All right, so we are going saltwater fly fishing May 15th, and in this box is a bunch of random fly tying materials, which I'm going to use to hopefully make an effective saltwater fly. Let's see what we got. Tape. Okay. Got a whole bunch of bucktail. That's great. Got translucent brush, 1 inch. Some ripple ice. I know Coby likes that a lot. He definitely used that. I imagine Coby probably went right for that. We've got some peacock herl, which is great. Laser dub. Magnum tiger barred rabbit strips. Some rubber legs. And schlappen, which is great. Nyack, which is a personal favorite of mine. And we got a pile of hooks. I don't know if, yeah, I guess these fell out. So we got some 1-0 tarpon hooks. So it's a great hook. So let's go. Let's put the hook right in. So we tighten that a little bit. All right. This vise, the Saltwater Edge jig vise. Cool. All right. Bobbin. Already got our bobbin with thread. Let's immediately start the thread, and then I'll start thinking about what I want to do with the stuff. So, I got all these materials here. I like to kind of think from the back to the front, so I'm kind of trying to think of what I want to use as a tailing material. We have nyack and bucktail, which are kind of two of the best. I kind of always like to use them in combination. So I think right off the bat, I'm going to take a bit of bucktail kind of from that back third section, or top third rather. Just a little bit, like half a pencil or something. I like to measure kind of in hook shanks, just kind of keep it proportional. So maybe we'll go like 1, 2 hook shanks doesn't look bad. And we'll go 3, do a little longer fly. I'll tie that in, kind of get a good like 180 distribution around the hook shank. Take it down. Okay, so there's kind of our original tailing material. Use a couple strands of this just for a little bit of flash, because we don't have a lot of flash material. There are no Flashaboo or anything, so this stuff is really cool. Take a few strands. It kind of matches like the crinkle of the bucktail, which is the nice stuff about this ripple ice. So I'll just kind of go half on one side, fold it over. I always try to tie in these synthetics doubled over so they don't pull out. So there's kind of our tailing material. And we're going to add a little bit of length, a little bit of color with this nyack. It's almost like herringy, which is good right now. So this stuff has a lot of like underwool. Let's pull off a clump. Cut it. This wool is really good stuff to use for heads as well. Actually, I might use that. That just reminded me. I think I can do something cool. But the rest of it, you can kind of strip it and stack it because there's a lot of variation in the tip lengths. I'm just going to do a light kind of veil, just kind of give us a little more length and color. That's just on the top of the hook shank. There's that. Okay, now I want to use some sort of material here to give us a little more volume and kind of water push. I think this translucy is going to be perfect for that. It's like the 1-inch translucy in silver. I'm a big brush guy for game changers and such, but they're good for all patterns. Anytime you want to have a little more bulk, a little more volume in the fly, great option for that. So translucy going in. I'll wrap it up to like here, and then I'm gonna have stacked head, which I'll show you. This stuff can be a little difficult to preen back, but it takes a lot of trimming. So I'm just kind of making touching wraps with this. So I have about a hook eye left of shank. It's actually pretty good. I'll give one more wrap. I really kind of work your thread through that to get through all the fibers. You don't trap as many. A couple times. Preen them back. Tie it off. Now we'll clip it. Cool. I'm going to trim these a little bit, I think. Not too much, but just a little bit. For what I'm going to do next. This one's out of there too. So, whenever you're trimming this stuff, you really kind of want to brush it out forward like that, and then just kind of come in at an angle. Just a little bit.
Stop.
All right. Pretty happy with that. Now to finish this, what I want to do is that when I saw this, the first thing I thought of was kind of these stacked head patterns that like Rich Strolis does a lot of those. And the Senyo's laser dot was perfect for it. So you take out a pretty good clump. Do the bottom first, because I got plants at the top. Do the bottom first, then you can kind of strip and stack this stuff to kind of align all of it on the midpoint there. I don't need quite that much. What you can do with this stuff is midpoint it, tie it in, then fold it back and tie it in again. Then you kind of have a dense head on the fly, which looks really, really good, especially for these like kind of thicker baitfish patterns. Get another strip of this. Do the same, stack it. Midpoint, fold back, tie in again. Okay, it's looking pretty good. And I want to take a little bit of this stuff, just kind of keep our color contrast going. Take just a little veil of this Naiat wool. Just tie it in same way, top. Pretty happy with that. This could probably use a little trim, but not too much. Again, just kind of stand it proud. That. And I'm digging that. I think that's a cool little like kind of juvenile herring or something. Probably good for peanuts too in the fall. I'm just gonna whip finish it. And May 15th, we're gonna get this thing in the water. And I think we'll find some hungry schoolies at least that'd be into this. If I had some eyes, I'd probably go eyes too, but honestly, I'd fish that just the way it is. Get some UV on there. Hit it with the lights. Make this thing really durable, because especially early season, probably gonna catch a lot of fish on the right day. So I just want this to be stacked back and durable. And yeah, that is my random material fly for this May. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, so we've both tied our flies. We were just joking about how similar they actually are. I don't know. With the we both what's this called? The
Translucent, yeah.
We both used that at the sort of in the middle of the body.
Yeah.
And folded our final material over. His came out a little prettier than mine though.
You did a hollow tie though, man, which is ballsy for sure.
With the I
That's
realized
bonus
about
points.
halfway into the bucktail. It wasn't the best bucktail for a hollow tie, but we went with it anyway.
Yeah, no, it came out good though. And when that gets wet, it'll slick
Yeah,
back a little bit.
it slicks back a little nice. Looks like you went for more of the sort of the herring.
Yeah, I guess it's like a little baby herring fly. I love that. I love how we both do kind of like that stacked cellulose fiber head.
Yeah.
It's so good. They use it a lot in freshwater.
Good way to finish a fly.
I don't think we do it enough in saltwater. A lot of like the freshwater trout guys love it for like finishing off streamers, but it's
Yeah.
great for saltwater too. It kind of uses like that peanut bunker profile.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got the idea, like as I cut the naiad, I pulled the wool out and I was like, dude, that's gonna be perfect to kind of veil over the cellulose, kind of keep the color going.
A little bulky head.
But yeah, no, super similar. Just basically it's like a tailing material, a bit of a palmer. You did slopping in the so bonus points for you for more materials. I played it safe. And yeah, then just stacked head, which is a great fly.
Yeah,
And they'll both fish.
don't have to get too crazy, especially early season. You just need a small, simple fly that can
Yeah.
take a bit of a beating. Because I think, did you mention on the right day you could catch a lot of fish to use?
Yes, for sure. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you catch them on the right day.
Yeah.
So you just need something simple that they'll notice. I sort of went with like something that they might not have to think too much about because they might be pretty full.
Yeah.
I've seen some fish, I'm sure you have too in the spring, where like they're just full and they're just sitting there, and you're just swinging flies by them, and sometimes you have to go small.
Yes, for sure. And that's the power of the fly rod, man. Especially in the spring. It's a great tool.
Yep.
And this shows it too, like dig in your fly tying box, your bench, and just see what you got. Like you don't need to have a ton of fancy materials to make a nice fly. You just got to kind of understand the materials, and this is how you learn about your materials too. Like use them in different patterns and kind of experiment.
And they don't have to be pretty.
No, both these will fish and catch a lot of fish, as I'm sure they will in a couple weeks here. Yeah, that was fun.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you guys.